Hello, everyone. Okay, it is so hot. Welcome to Sunday Funday. Oh my gosh, am I sweating? Am I right? The heat is killing me. I mean, I like summer, but oh my gosh. Let me put the fan on. I hope this doesn't really affect with the microphone. Hopefully, no vibrations or whatever affects it. Because when I would watch a lot of YouTube videos back in the day, people would always say that they had to remake a video or something like that because, you know, it might get in the way of the recording. But I don't know if it actually gets through the camera. I mean, through the microphone. Anyways, welcome to an amazing Sunday. The weather is okay. Well, not okay. I don't like the weather. It's supposed to be nice and blue. If it's gonna be this hot, might as well give me the blue weather too. Okay. But technically, Sundays have always been known to rain, so yeah. Sometimes I do miss the sunny Sundays. Uh, how do I miss those days when I was a child watching SpongeBob? What else? I would basically do some homeworks sometimes on Sunday. Friday's homework on Sunday. I would obviously just have a blast. And yeah, times were different back then. Is times the same? No, obviously. Hello, hello. Okay, so in this live stream, we'll just talk about fun stuff because I don't want to make this video about anything sad or whatever. I know for a couple of days I was discussing some cultural aspects. I was even thinking of making a couple of videos today, but then I realized, hold the phone, let's just not do anything. It's Sunday. Let's make something fun. Okay. Now, I have no idea what to talk about because I don't get these videos prepared. They're not prepared a day ahead. I just go in, click go live, and that's it. Now, what I normally okay, great. Great. Error: YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know how to fix this. I really don't know how to fix this. Which is unfortunate because I don't know. My internet is pretty good. I'm not using like regular internet. I am using what do you call it? Fiber. Fiber is much faster. Fiber is much stronger, and we have the modem in the lounge. Like I'm next to the lounge, close to the lounge, and for some reason the stream is buffering. I don't know why. I don't know what people are I don't know what else people are doing with the internet today. I guess. But anyways, hopefully the stream catches back up. And even if it doesn't, you can obviously rewatch this. The streams are always live up. I'm chill, thanks. Okay. Um, Today I had milkshake, but I drank it up. I just drank the entire thing. I was so thirsty, and now I'm feeling more thirsty for milkshake. Oh wow, the heat is really killing me. I like winter. I love all the other seasons, but like you have to embrace summer for what it is. You know, I have to embrace winter for what it is. I have to embrace spring, even though it rains a lot. I have to embrace it for what it is. And I'm not really a fan of like gloomy weather on a sunny day. So basically, the clouds are very grayish, covering up the sky, but the heat is so much today. It's so bizarre. But if it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. It drizzled in the morning actually. Um, I don't know why it just wouldn't rain. I mean, drizzling, rain, just might as well give a thunderstorm. Because the heat is a bit too much, I guess, and maybe the plants are very thirsty. Plants always get very thirsty these days. Even I get very thirsty. I have some water in my room. I have to keep changing my water from my water bottle because the issue with that is obviously that the water is too warm. It gets so warm, it gets so heated up, and you have to go throw the water away. I feel like I should maybe throw the water outside instead because then the plants can have it. I barely have any plants besides like a beautiful flower near my windowsill, and that's it. But grass need water too. Grass lives matter. Okay. So, Sundays, I would like to make a nice tradition on Sundays where I eat some yummy foods. But then again, it's like, what foods is yummy enough to have on a Sunday? Last week, was it Sunday? No, no, no. I think Saturday. Okay, I forgot the actual day. But I made muffins. Wonderful muffins. Um, Eating it for the first time felt yucky, but then when you give it a couple of hours later, it tasted amazing. So basically, I don't want to really throw my back out on a Sunday. I feel like maybe on a Saturday I would like to bake stuff and eat the rest on Sunday, because Sundays are mostly relaxing days. It's supposed to be only for relaxing, but I can't really relax now. I have a book to make. I'm currently working on a book. It's a horror book, and I only have 9 pages. I'm supposed to have around 200. I have so much of work to do. Okay, 9 pages is not enough to sell, so I have to write a lot of stuff. And when you go back and proofread what you have already written, you get to see that there's space for so much more world building, so much more interesting descriptive words you can add to it. So I feel like I'm not really going to write for the sake of making it long. I have to write for the sake of the story. I cannot add some nitty gritty stuff in it that won't make sense. If it's gonna fit the story, it's totally fine. For example, describing the main character on what he wears. In the first chapter, I don't describe that, but I feel like I should describe that to give the reviewer, the reader, more more thoughts on how the character looks. You know? So I have to go back to chapter 1, add a couple more descriptive words, descriptive sentences, and yeah, I would like to see this book turn out pretty good, cool, but it's only going to be ebook only. So yeah, maybe in the future my other pieces of work will actually be with physical books as well. Now I'm just putting this idea out there because I never had this idea before. I just got it so randomly, you know. That's why I'm just putting it out there. I want to make a couple of quick bucks so I can make on my promised projects. I promised a lot of projects during the course of these few years. I never got any of them done due to obviously very much uh, basically low end technology that I have. You know, I can't really make a fully fleshed game unless I have like a really good laptop. I can make a visual novel now at least because my laptop is pretty much suitable for making a visual novel, but I think that's the most I can actually do. You know, there are some gaming engines that require a really beast of a computer. My computer isn't a beast. Oh great, what happened? It says no data, but then all of a sudden it says excellent stream status. I'm confused. Okay, this is so confusing because I don't get it, okay? I'm so used to streaming on my other mini tablets because it's just simple. Click record or click go live, and that's it. But even then, my live streams would be buffering a lot. You know, I don't get wide word. Okay, so I am very excited for this book. Now, this idea was randomly thrown out in a couple of days. I don't want to get out my big projects, my big guns just yet. They need a bit more time, you know. So we gotta basically gain an audience first with these books. So of course, I know the big guns will gain an early audience quickly as possible. You know, I have a lot of series, a lot of comic books, a lot of video games that will require a large audience because they'll be much more larger stories, more work into them, more effort into it. So obviously, you want more people to enjoy it. Now, when it comes to this horror book, I'm not going to say the title because it might change. What I will say though, it isn't going to be super scary compared to stuff I will make in the future. It is going to be somewhat scary, somewhat creepy. I'm going to try and keep the book grounded as possible. I'm not going to add too much of crazy things because if you add so much of crazy things, then it's like why from the beginning the book wasn't crazy enough, you know? So that's the thing. Now, when it comes to its protagonists, there's a male protagonist and a female protagonist. The male protagonist does not speak. He doesn't speak at all. And when I'm writing the story, I don't want people to know he can't speak. I want them to read with his actions, because people are going to be asking him questions, and the way he responds is not by talking. He points at things, or he does like a little gesture or something to basically describe what he's feeling or to answer the question, you know? So it just can't speak. And I'm not going to say this character can't speak in the book. I'm not going to say that at all. It's up to the readers to understand that. It's all up to the readers to understand that. Because, as I said, when a character is going to be asking this male protagonist questions, he's not going to respond with moving his lips or whatever. He's going to be responding by doing certain actions or something like that. It can clearly tell the audience without really, well, it's not telling, it's showing. I've been getting a lot of people telling me this to show rather than tell, because I think showing is a bit better. The audience can get what I'm talking about, get what I'm saying, rather than telling too much. If something was too complicated, I guess you can tell when you're narrating the story in the book. But I feel like just let the characters do their thing, and people will understand why the character just is not speaking, because he can't speak. He just can't speak. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. It is gonna be a horror one, so I really can't wait for people to enjoy it. But I do plan on working on non-horror stuff as well. I also plan on working on plenty of interesting adventure, uh, some hot stuff, some romance stuff, and in between. I like to work on different type of genres and not just the same thing. When it comes to the audience, I would like to work for different age groups. Like I would like to challenge myself and work for writing books for children, books for teenagers, books for adults. You know, I feel like I can write complicated stories for both adults and children. The way I write stuff is a bit, some of my work like requires like piles of books to tell a full story. So I feel like that complicating storytelling can be used to tell a children's story or a adult story. But currently I'm focusing on writing, well, most of my work and most of my ideas I have right now is mostly towards adults and mature young adults. But maybe in the future I'll work for children's stuff. I'll write a couple of books because it is fun. I grew up reading a lot of children's books when I was a child, obviously, and I would be so fascinated by these books, and I'm still fascinated till this day. I never read anything mainstream. I try not to read anything mainstream, so whatever I read is mostly from children's books. Growing up, I was a good reader. I was a good reader when I was like 8, 9, 10. Of course, things change and you lose a bit of interest in reading, but when you come back to it, you realize that you've been missing out so much. So, reading is important, yes. I don't want to lecture y'all, but it is important. Um, so, when I was small, I would love reading, but then when I got older, I just felt it's annoying. But now sometimes I struggle with reading. I love writing, but reading it sometimes just feels like so much. I need to go back to my old roots. But anyways, children's books will be fun. I can write some complicated stories, adventure. Like children like adventurous stuff. You can't write something spooky now. Obviously, you have to write uh, something with more adventure and maybe some couple of other genres mixed in with that. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like writing is so fun. I fell in love with writing for some time, but I seriously just loved it when back in 2017 I was at school. It was my final year at school, grade 9, and there was this paper where you had to write what do you call it? I think essay. Yeah, essay on different topics. And I was so passionate about the topic because I knew what I was talking about. And I just loved it. But you get a certain word count, you can't really exceed over that words too much, or you can't really have below that words. So it kind of sucks that there was a word count that, that kind of stops you from writing too much words. But regardless, I was so passionate about it. And plus, they give you little space to work on these stuff, so it's like you have to write very small, and I never wrote very small. I would write very big. My writing now is very strange. It evolved from very untidy to super untidy. Now my writing it goes up, down, and all over the lines. It's really crazy how I've evolved with stuff like this. You know, back in the day, teachers would say you need to learn to write properly, and it's like if they look at my writing now, they'll think my old handwriting was much better. So, yes, I just love writing stories. I would work on comics as well. I would also work on animations in the future. And of course, um, what else? What else can I work on? I think that's the most I can work on. Oh, yeah, video games as well. And that's it. When it comes to other types of stuff, obviously you need help with other types of people that can do certain jobs, you know? I can't really make something, can I? I'm not really a craftsman. I would like to try sculpting as well because, I like art, but I feel like that should be in my own training time, my own spare time to learn how to sculpt and whatever. Maybe I can be one of those important artists of our lifetime. Like the big ones. There's always been a big artist in our lifetime, and there has to be someone in the future, in this current time. You know what I'm missing right now? Pancakes. I love pancakes. Pancakes is so amazing. Pancakes is so great. It's just amazing. Okay? Pancakes, butter, syrup. Ooh, that's amazing. I don't really eat fluffy pancakes. I eat very thin pancakes. So it's very floppy. Um, and most of my pancakes that I eat isn't super sugary. It's pretty bland. But that's the best part because you can add syrup to it. Now, I am feeling for more milkshake today. Ah, I love the McDonald's milkshakes. I love it because it's so good and it's so cheap. Because when you go to other stores, it's you the head with the prices. But with McDonald's, for a large, which is like so big, bigger than my head, um, it's it's so cheap. And honestly, I love it, especially the chocolate. I know there's two more flavors, vanilla and strawberry, but I never tried. I don't think I tried strawberry, nor did I try vanilla. But chocolate is amazing. It's so good. I'm feeling for it so much now. And now is the perfect time to have all this cold stuff because it's summer. It gives you the excuse to have all this stuff. Um, so I would have a lot of. I wish I was living near McDonald's. I can order food online, obviously, but the issue with that is my parents don't really allow me to. And let me tell you why. Last year I got sick. I got sick. It wasn't because of the people delivering. It was because my father gave me some sickness. Um, he was suffering with something, I don't know what, and I got it. I made a video on it last year. You can check it out. Basically, people were thinking I had COVID. I was having a lot of fevers and stuff like that, and we went to the doctors. We even went to have a COVID test. It costed so much of money. Okay, a COVID test is so expensive. It was almost like $60 for us, you know? Um, it was so insane because they would take this little swab, shove it right in your nose, dangle it in, and then, well, first they put it through your mouth, and then they put it through your nose, and then they seal it away, and then they SMS you the results, and my results was clear, so I had a test, and okay, I am sorry. What just happened? I don't know what happened. Basically, OBS decided to say something. I don't know what they said. Oh, great. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Moving on. Um, as I was saying, I just caught a bug. And the time when I was getting this fever, I was watching this horror movie. And I feel like maybe that amped it up. I bought these three horror movies from a place called Musica. The place was basically closing, and they never had the best amount of movies out there. So they had a bunch of these random movies left in this on the shelves. So I bought a couple of these random movies. They weren't big budgeted or anything like that. And I bought three of them. I got three of them for the price of two, which was amazing. And then honestly, I haven't watched one. I have one more movie to watch, and I'm avoiding watching it because the last time I watched a horror movie, like as I said, I got a fever. Not because of the horror movie, obviously, but because of the bug. But still, like I was watching it, and then I started to get the fever. It was so annoying, honestly. And some of the movies are kind of like vomiting. You feel like you want to vomit sometimes because the practical effects they use is it's not really practical. It's actually real like fake stuff they use. It's a bit disgusting, so you feel like you want to vomit. But yes, I have one more movie to watch. I'll watch it. It is gonna be a bit terrifying. Um, I wish I can show you the movies, but my webcam sucks. So moving on. My parents aren't really fond of me having to go and order from somewhere else. But not only that, I also made that mistake on that same day when my father had a bug, and the next day he gave it to me. But basically, what happened was I ordered food, and for some reason, the first order didn't go through as expected, so I had to reorder. But then it turns out the first order actually went through. So I got two people delivering the same items to me. I ordered a kiddies meal. Yes, I ordered a kiddies meal for the toy. Yes, I'm 19 years old. Yes, well, I was 18 at the time, but still, I still think I'm a waifu, so I can play with toys. So doesn't matter. Um, and also, uh, I got the same stuff, so I was able to share it with my family. But honestly, at the end, it was like, oh wow, I just can't believe the order didn't go through. There was something wrong with my internet that day, and for some reason, the first order seemed like it didn't go through, but it actually did. Maybe next time I'll order. Let's just see. Hopefully, I order within this month. But anyways, it's just hard to find transport to go out there. To go to the mall, you need to travel pretty far as well. You need a car. What toy did you get? Well, it was a okay. How do I describe it? It was basically a hmm. It's basically a number, but it transforms into a robot. Yeah, it's not a Transformers toy. It's a brand new toy, but it's like a number, and then it transforms into this robot that can be pieced together with other toys. And I got the same thing twice for both orders, so it doesn't fit together. You need like other robots to connect it together to make a bigger robot. And that's how you get people to buy more and more of those toys. The toy itself is pretty good quality. It's pretty strong. It's not broken or anything like that. Uh, yeah, I know it's pretty crazy, but like the entire concept of a number transforming into a robot was kind of crazy. But um, at least the product itself, at least the toy itself, wasn't easy to break. It's still strong, and it's pretty cool. Maybe next time I'll order a kiddies meal. I don't know if McDonald's have kiddies meals anymore, so I have to at least buy. Uh, I have to check and see. Now in McDonald's, they actually changed uh, the way you order. Basically, there's a giant touch screen. You just click what you want, and that's it. And for me, that's very difficult to understand because it's like all my life I'm so used to going to the store, any store, asking what I want and getting what I want. You ask the cashier what you want, they take the order, and then they give it to you. But now with all this touchscreen stuff, I feel a bit outdated. And I'm 19 and I feel so outdated. Wow, honestly, fancy technology, but to be honest, I do miss the old-fashioned way of waiting in line and and asking people what I want. I miss those days. But to be fair, it does get people to order quickly as possible. But the only downside is a lot of people touching the screen, and you never know where their hands were. You know, you never know if they washed their hands. Because I know I will never wash my hands, and I'll touch something. So you never know if people will be the same. But seriously though, am feeling for McDonald's. I just love the milkshake compared to other stores I've had in the past. It's good, it's cheap, and it's amazing. There are other restaurants in the same mall where McDonald's is situated, but it's just that like the other milkshakes, like even though they taste good, it doesn't come close. I had some really good milkshakes. I had toffee and caramel. That was pretty good, but pretty slimy as well. I've had what else? I've had bubblegum. My favorite is bubblegum. I love bubblegum. It's amazing. I've also had just plain Milo milkshake. Now you can make Milo at home. You just get the mixture, but the way they do it is very different. Now, when you order stuff online, food, you can't order hot stuff. You have to only order cold stuff. Uh, besides the edible food, when it comes to drinks like coffees or whatever, you cannot order that. You have to go to the store, or you have to collect it in the store. Now, I don't have a driver's license. I doubt I'll get one. Because the reason why I won't get a license is because I have severe migraines. If I'm in the middle of the road and a migraine appears, I lose some of my vision for the first part of my migraine. I can't see a thing, or sometimes half my vision will be cut off, so I can't really see what's going on. And then that'll be very dangerous if I'm in traffic or just in the road in general. So I feel like that's just the sad part about having migraines. There's no cure to it. It's gonna happen anytime, and it sucks, because sometimes I've had migraines where I didn't even look at any screen whatsoever. One time I had a migraine, like, well, no, not one time, plenty of times, plenty of times in school. It was so annoying. Like, honestly, there was this one time where I basically like what happened that day? I think I fought someone in school, and basically that same day I had a migraine. But it was towards the last period, but it was totally fine. But still, like all that stress, I guess, formed a migraine. It was so insane. And one time we had a Valentine's special in our school, and the music was so loud and everything like that. Migraine started, and then I couldn't tell anyone anything because I feel bad because all my friends were having fun, and I feel like if I tell them something worrisome, they will be very disappointed. Not with me uh, telling them that. It's just that I don't want them to lose fun. I want them to have fun because they get very worried about me. So I don't want them to worry about me all the time. They're very helpful people, and it's like you want them to enjoy something without really having any issue. So I've had migraines in school plenty of time. It just sucks when it happens because I never really told anyone about it so much. Uh, when it happens, I just try not to tell anyone. Like one time, I had to tell because it was early in the morning. Like I couldn't see a thing, um, and that was a thing. But other than that, if it's late towards school, I just have to accept it. But after grade 9, I dropped out of school. So life for me was very strange. Dropping out of school was very strange. And it's still strange till this day. Um, Many of my family members have dropped out from school. Some of us never even finished past grade 7. So I'm at least lucky to at least get to grade 9. I have learned many things, but sometimes I feel like some of the work was just basically useless. And when you go to grade 10, then you can choose subjects. So in high school, you get 8 to 12. Grade 8 and grade 9, basically, you have the regular subjects as you had in grade 7 and 6 and so on. But in grade 10 onwards, you get to choose your subjects. And the way it works was so different. Like, you have to have a table. And basically, within this table of subjects, uh, you have to choose one subject. And okay, I need to describe it to you. I need to describe it to you. So I have to open a notepad. Let me describe it to you. Uh, because my words cannot describe it so much. Notepad. I'll draw a table on the notepad. I'll explain. So here we have it. I hope I know how to do the table. And Am I doing it right? Okay, I don't think I'm doing it right. Great. Regardless, okay, let me try and describe it. You get a massive table divided into three columns, and each column has a couple of subjects in. For example, the first column can have history, math. Okay, not math. Um, history, geography, or physics. Let's just say that, and then the next table could have some other subjects, and the other table have other subjects. You have to only pick one within each table. That's how it goes, and that's how you get a class basically. So let's just say you wanted to do history and geography. You can't really do both. Well, I don't know if you can, but then you have to take extra classes or do it after school. And sometimes you won't be able to get a class of what you want. Let's just say you want let's just say you want arts and culture. Okay, but let's just say you're the only one who wants arts and culture. Everyone else chooses something else, and you have to go with that. Yes, that's how it works basically. There was no proper choice to begin with, because it all depends on the majority. If a majority from that same table chose history and you only chose physics, then you can't really do physics, can you? There's no class for physics at that point, you know? So the way it was working was totally insane. And to be honest, I'm glad I actually dropped out. But obviously, I didn't drop out for those reasons. I dropped out because of my sickness, I wasn't feeling well. Basically, I was suffering really bad with my stomach. I was really in a terrible place back then. And I remember distinctly going in 2018 to hospital so many times. I even had a brain scan. Yeah, I had a big adventure in 2018, let me tell you that. I had so much, you know? My life was just so interesting, I guess, in 2018. Because I had to go to hospital every couple of weeks, and then go to hospital, check what's wrong with your stomach, and then after that, we had to go wait in line. Waiting in lines was so annoying. You had to leave your house around like 5 o'clock in the morning. Stand outside, wait. Then they collect your card. You go inside. You wait some more. They tell you where to go. But no, you had to collect your chart first. Then you have to go, and then you wait more. And it's all about waiting. It's like waiting simulator. You know, it was so annoying. But then you finally go there, and then doctor sees you, and that's it. That's literally it. And they may prescribe certain things, and even waiting for the medication as well. One time, someone cut me off when I was waiting for the medication line. Yes, someone cut me off. Someone cut me off when I was waiting for the medication line. You basically had to sit down and wait for it. But basically, as people move seat by seat, this lady just came in and sat in my place. And what could you do? People will get more angry. You know, it was so annoying. Like, people just steal your places. You know where you are, but people just steal your places, and they act as if nothing is a problem. Then I get my medicine. Sometimes I had to wait much more longer. You had to go to a different place to collect your medicine. You know, there's a separate place. Um, Wait, I think I'm mixing things up now. Great. But what I remember deeply was waiting in line for something. I think a prescription for the medicine. That's what I think. Or maybe no, my bad. Not the medicine, not the medicine. It was my next date. It was waiting for your next date for them to write it when to see you. I think. I can't remember. It's been so long, okay? There's another place to collect medicine, but that medicine is basically like it's so big. I wish I can show you. If not, I can. Okay, let me show you. Just a moment. How the uh okay. So basically, I went to this hospital, and honestly, um, that's secure. I went to this. I wish I can show you pictures. Now, this isn't really how it looked, because there's so much in the hospital. I remember this. This is outside the hospital. As you can see, there's a lot of buildings in between. This is basically Marigold. It's basically okay, I'm just checking my stream if everything is perfect. Okay. So this is Marigold. What else? Like there's so much of places to wait, you know? Like some of these places I didn't see, but I remember distinctly waiting so much in the hospital for every single thing. Uh Out facilities. There was so much of like wow, there was so much in that hospital. Anyways, uh yeah, my hospital days are over right now. Well, I have to go hospital for my regular checkup because I'm born different, so I have to go to my regular checkup hospital. The hospital I just entered right now, I just showed you right now, that hospital is something I went just for my stomach and my brain scan. Simple as that. And obviously enough, the brain scan was an amazing experience. They stuck a needle in my arm for like an hour and they pushed like liquid inside. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wow. Then they push you inside this little what do you call it? Like this little machine. Your head goes through, and then that's it. They can see your little head. They can see your little cranium. What's inside of it? It was very interesting. It was like something so amazing to go through. You know, after all the doctors I went through and everything like that. Oh my gosh. There was sometimes a couple of doctors who keep saying go to school, like two doctors who kept saying go to school, go to school, go to school. It was so annoying because it's like here I am dying with my stomach. Hey, go to school, go to school. It was so annoying. They kept saying go in school, go school, go school. It's like I'm suffering, but hey, I guess going school is more important for them, you know. So I cannot heal myself. But here's the funny part. I learned more when I stayed at home rather than the previous year of school. In 2018, I learned a lot about politics. I learned a lot about how the world works. I learned more about the world itself and what's going on currently than I learned about anything else in the last year, in the previous year of school. Basically, what I'm trying to say was that I actually learned something. Wow. I know, right? Wow. So yes, I never made it to grade 12. I've dropped out of grade 9. Many people may get annoyed by that, but hey, I did it. I did it, you know. And honestly, I was a bit embarrassed because a lot of my friends out there, you know, well, currently they finished school because they finished grade 12 back in 2020. Like grade 12 was 2020 for them. So, you know, they had a rough metric. They had a rough time because when you're grade 12, every piece of stress is on you. Everything is on your back, you know? It's so insane, honestly. I miss that completely, but honestly, wow. I couldn't take that much stress. Um, and guess what? A lot of people were angry. Like people I knew were angry with me dropping out of school. They said some things to me. It was to a point where you couldn't even trust your family at one point. You know, it felt very sad. I felt so sad for that certain point back in 2018. Now, obviously, times changed, things moved on. I'm obviously not being asked to go to school. Obviously, I feel happy. I feel happy that I'm not in school. I can actually don't have to worry about any sickness or whatever. I don't have to worry about missing work or whatever. I can actually be happy. And I know what I'm doing. You know, I actually know what I'm doing. I have a passion for something. I can work. I'm gonna take full. I'm gonna take um, full force. I'm gonna go full force with all of this internet stuff because it's a perfect opportunity for anyone, even someone like me who has very low skills of basically a lot of things. I can make it in life because of this, you know, because of this internet. I gotta take advantage of that. Okay, my voice is getting a bit sour. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me drink some water. It's across my room, so I had to walk up and get it. Anyways, I'm back. Yeah, I know, pretty quick. I just leaped. Okay, going back to my normal book I was talking about, my horror book. One of the protagonists is a male. I described how he's not going to be talking. I'm just saying it to y'all, but when it comes to the book, when I'm narrating it in the book, you're not going to be seeing my narrations stating that this character is basically without a voice. You're not going to be hearing that. You will see it through when the characters ask this main character what's going on. And then we have another protagonist. She is a female. Yes, I know. Surprise, surprise. Now, I feel like many of y'all may not like this character. I don't know. I don't. It depends. It depends on the reader. If they like it, I can't really say for certain. But I feel like some people might get annoyed with it because she's a bit annoying sometimes. But let's just see how people go with this. Um. Anyways, I'm very happy with writing stuff. I feel very excited. I have so much of work to do now because I have to write till 200 pages. And as I said, I'm not gonna be making up random shit so many times just for the sake of having 200 pages on the dot. I want to basically write things that make sense. If it doesn't make sense, why put it in? You know, if it doesn't fit, why put it in? You know, like I can write about the different characters having different interactions. That's part of the story. If it's part of the story, if it's going to benefit the story, if it's going to add some characterization to some of the characters, totally fine. But if it has nothing to do with it, then why put it in? You know, it feels like filler stuff. I'm not going to put filler stuff. This is a one book only thing, so this isn't going to carry on to the next couple of books. It's a one shot only. You know, it's not supposed to carry on with different books. It's not a continuation. It's gonna be there and done. Simple as that. You know, I've been talking, but I never drank my water. I just brought the bottle in. Wow, my water is warm already. It doesn't taste so good when it's warm. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not a fan of warm water. Tell me your thoughts. Do you like warm water? Because I'm not a fan of warm water. Well, unless it's a cold day, I would take it. Because I drink tea all the time, obviously. But honestly, like temperature water is not my favorite water. It's blah. It tastes like spit. It's so warm. Anyways, I'm still feeling so hot. My fan is set on one, and it's not really doing a good job. Ew, warm water. Yeah, room temperature water. It's like you know. Like sometimes I drink tea when it's when it's hot, but not super warm. You know, because the thing is that the more hot you drink tea, the more sweeter it's gonna be. You know, and that's the best part. But when it comes to like drinking it cold or even warm, I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel sweet. It feels like you gotta drink it up quickly before it goes cold. You know, it feels like you have to rush and drink it. But when you drink hot tea, it feels amazing. Um, anyways, this has been an amazing stream. I got to talk about so much of stuff from the hospital adventures to to warm water. Amazing. Now, I was expecting my book to come out like Monday or something, but I feel like it's not gonna come out Monday. Maybe next week Sunday or something like that, because like I have so much more work to do. I am using Windows WordPad. It is very simple, but you can obviously you know import it to a different website. I am using a different website to make it into an ebook, so that's totally fine with working on it on Windows WordPad. And at least with WordPad, you can see how many pages you have. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I will go live maybe tomorrow or another day, or I'll just make another video. Anyways, to have a wonderful day, a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. It's gonna rain for me, but anyways, have a wonderful, amazing day, and bye. Okay.